Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here, and I really do appreciate your time. So I am jumping on here really quickly to just briefly talk about this video of this biracial influencer who clearly states exactly how she feels about her phenotype, in particular her hair texture. However, there's nothing in me that causes me to doubt that she probably does not also feel the same way about her phenotypes in general concerning her features on her face, her skin tone, all of these things. But I wanted to briefly talk about why it's so important for Black women to begin distinguishing the difference between biracial women and Black women. And this is very important because oftentimes we seem to not know what black is, or we'll use the common line of black comes in all shades and textures, and we'll say things like this to try to encompass everyone that is technically a person of color, right? Which is even worse because not every person of color is black, but we'll say these type of things to try to make a sort of heading that we can all fit in. And before you know it, you have white passing biracial people calling themselves black, moving in and out of blackness, depending on what's necessary at the time. And that's exactly what this beauty influencer does. I'm not going to say her name because she has, a pretty good uh, influence on social media. She's getting brand deals. She's getting brand deals that should have went to black women, in fact. So I'm not gonna say her name. If you see her in the video, you know exactly who this is. So I'm gonna play the clip, and then after I play the clip that she removed from the video, by the way, I will come back and give the rest of my commentary.
Products and see how they work. Also, my mom is black, so she really has. I was blessed with my texture and type of hair. My mom actually really has African American hair. Don't take this the wrong way, sis. My mama got naps, okay, and she be struggling trying to find the right products for her hair because she is natural. She's always like, you're just so lucky. Don't be complaining about your hair. I don't be complaining about my hair because I don't do much to it. But I will say I am super blessed when it comes to my hair texture because I be seeing my mama do her hair, and oh my gosh, if I was her, I would have done the same thing and cut it all off. But she'd be wanting to cut it all off again after already being natural. She's like, it's just too much. And I'm just like, I don't know, mommy. Like, I don't know how to help me with that hair.
So this young lady does something that I think is very interesting, that I think is really telling of how she sees herself in comparison to non-ambiguous black women, in comparison to the non-ambiguous black women that support her and allow her to make the money that she makes so that she can put out these quote unquote luxury content videos. She doesn't see herself as the same, and she knows that she's not the same. And it is for that reason that she understands and appreciates and values her privilege. She knows that she is racially ambiguous, and that ambiguity allows her, as I said, to move in and out of blackness when necessary. So, when she needs to be super black, she'll mention her mom, as she did for this natural hair review, that she's probably being paid for. But when she wants to be the, spicy exotical, she gets to say, well, I'm mixed with whatever else she's mixed with. And she gets to draw attention to her skin tone and her other features that make her non black looking. And so, what I really want to say in this video is essentially the main point here is that biracial people all over the internet, now, especially with TikTok, are saying exactly how they feel, that they do distinguish themselves from black people, and they understand the different treatment that they receive for being racially ambiguous, regardless of if they have a black parent or not. The fact that they did not come out with a African American phenotype has caused them to see that they are treated differently because of their appearance. And I think TikTok really is instrumental in this sort of, I guess, revelation to other black people. Not to me, because I've always known this. I've always felt this way, and I have felt this way because I've had conversations with many racially ambiguous black people that have a black parent. So they distinguish themselves. They see themselves as different. They know exactly who they are, and they understand that they will be treated better than you. They understand that society sees them as better than you, as more attractive than you. And when I say you, I mean non-ambiguous black people with two black parents. Now that could be, you could be African, you can be West Indian, you can be Afro Latino, two black parents, regardless of your ethnicity or the language that you speak. Two black parents resulting in a non-ambiguous looking black person. Biracial people understand that they are better than you. They understand that they will move through the world in a different manner than you do. And so when she goes to distinguish, first of all, while she's talking about her black parent, what she brings up to validate the claims that she's about to make for this product review that she is definitely being paid for, I can comfortably say, because she understands that the black women watching her do not share her hair texture. And so if she's using a product and it's supposedly working for her, automatically, without even realizing it, probably, they're going to understand that this may not work for me because she understands her audience is made up of non ambiguous black women. So she mentions her mom, who is a non ambiguous black woman, and she begins to explain that her mother has naps and that her hair is difficult for her to deal with and to style, and that she understands why her mother just doesn't want to deal with her hair. In fact, she even says that if she had her mother's hair, she would cut it off. So what that says to me is that she looks at kinky hair as a chore, as a burden that she is grateful her mother did not pass on to her. Here's the reality. I understand that if you are a black person and you have a child with a non-black person, you would want to look at what came from you as a part of you. And that's absolutely fine. I'm not going to sit here and take that from you. But if your child comes out with a set of phenotypes that make them racially ambiguous, that will cause them to not be racialized as a black person, they're not going to have those same black experiences that you have. And you have to understand that that is very important. And that is a large part of the reason why I have always preferred to distinguish biracial people from black people. Now, you do have some biracial people who, despite them being biracial, developed a traditionally black American or African American phenotype. And when you see them, that's what you see, a black person. Absolutely, they exist. But specifically, the problem with claiming a racially ambiguous biracial person is black is later on when you have issues like this, where the black community is watching them or observing them. In particular situation, you have an influencer uh, doing a product review for products that she probably wouldn't even use in her hair, but because again she understands who her audience is, there's a feeling of shock and betrayal. And it's because we as black people were tricked. Not me personally, but including myself and black people. I'm sure there are women in her audience, black women in her audience, who feel some type of way that she's clearly showing how she feels about black features that she is grateful she doesn't have. Why do you think that is? Why do you think it is that she's grateful she doesn't have them? And she says in the video, don't take offense, because she understands that it is offensive what she's saying. But what she's trying to express is, I'm just saying from observations, I'm glad I don't deal with what you deal with. So what that says is, I'm different from you. I'm not the same. And if you have biracial people saying this, you as a black person continue to claim these biracial people is silly. It's embarrassing. And I think, unfortunately, because a lot of black people have internalized anti-blackness that they choose not to deal with, or or may not even know is there, so they can't address it. They don't understand that the reason why they desire to claim biracial people as black is because it makes them feel better about being black themselves. And if you are on YouTube watching a racially ambiguous biracial person, specifically because she looks nothing like you and you can partake in her life and her experiences, because it's kind of like a you get to partake in a life that is not your own. If you don't watch that, that could become very unhealthy. I know that there are black women who do watch YouTubers specifically because they enjoy watching them wet their hair and their hair just curls up, right? Watching their routine for type 2, type 1 hair. All I'm going to say before I end this video is that it is imperative that black women continue to adjust our self esteem, that we continue to collect information and understand that the world around us is still out to get us, is still out to destroy our self image and the way that we feel about ourselves. And so we have to work extra hard to ensure that we are not accepting these messages anymore, right? And that we are always striving to a healthy, well rounded self esteem that lasts for generations. Like, I mean, that you can give to your daughters, you can give to your granddaughters, that you can give to your nieces, that you can give to your friends. Because our insecurities have funded billions of dollars into the hair business, the hair companies, all these different Asian owned hair companies. Our insecurities are what is causing them to be so successful. Our insecurities are what's causing this woman, this influencer, to feel comfortable saying, I'm blessed to have the texture that I have. You have to understand that wallowing in self pity, wallowing and feeling defeated and not understanding how to manage your hair and how to not grow your hair is not going to change the situation. You don't actually have to accept it. The same platform that you watch these biracial women is the same platform that you can get information about how to take care of your hair by watching someone who has a texture that is like yours. I think we need to make sure that we are seeing ourselves correctly and that we understand that it is a competition, and that we understand that we have the resources, we have the natural beauty, we have the products, and we have the money to beautify ourselves, our natural selves. We have so many women before us, thanks to social media, modeling how they beautifully move through the world with their natural hair, their dark skin, their kinky coils. It's so many examples. So we don't have to look to celebrities anymore. There's so many examples of black women just outliving their lives beautifully, gracefully, confidently. Pay attention to those. And I'm telling you, you will not feel betrayed by racially ambiguous exoticals that are colorist that you're watching on YouTube and supporting their lives. All right, that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys sticking with me, watching my videos, even though I am not the most consistent. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. And if this is your first time visiting my channel, please do subscribe so you can stick around for more of my content. All right, take care. Bye.